I used to tell my patients that an avocado was the safest green on the plate, until I watched a pallet of hard fruit roll into a sealed room in the back of a warehouse and come out soft and ready as if time itself had been skipped. The quiet risk is not the fat inside the fruit. The risk is what happens when we rush a living plant past its own clock. When ripening is pushed with concentrated ripening gas and warm storage, the buttery notes that make an avocado sing can fade. The texture can turn mealy, and the bright, grassy aroma that tells your brain this is fresh can go missing. If you want the simplest fix, choose firm fruit and let it finish ripening on your counter, inside a plain brown paper bag, with a ripe apple or banana, because that gentle home method uses the very same natural signal the tree uses, but without the harsh heat that bruises flavor. I am saying this as someone who has spent a lifetime listening to bodies and paying attention to the small things that either build health or chip away at it. A good avocado should taste clean, carry you through the afternoon, and leave you feeling steady rather than heavy. That depends on chemistry we cannot see. Inside the flesh, as the fruit matures and ripens at a natural pace, tiny aromatic compounds blossom and knit together, the way a melody comes alive when every instrument is tuned. Hurry that process and you can muffle the song. In my practice, I have seen how small kitchen habits either serve you or steal from you, and this one is kinder than it sounds. Ethylene is not a villain. It is a whisper the fruit uses to say it is time. The danger arrives when we blast that whisper into a shout and pair it with warm rooms that stress the fruit. Short periods of heat before proper ripening can leave hidden scars, inviting off flavors and those odd brown pathways you find beneath the skin even when the outside looks perfect. You deserve better than that. Here is how to stack the odds in your favor. Pick avocados that feel heavy for their size, with skin that looks calm rather than glossy. Take them home and give them patience. And a paper bag companion like a ripe apple. Check them with a gentle thumb near the stem end once a day, and move them to the refrigerator the moment they yield softly so their peak lasts. The advantage of the home method is that you keep control. You nudge the fruit with a natural signal, and you protect the delicate flavor compounds that make your toast or salad feel luxurious. The downside is that it takes a little planning and a little restraint, because good things still need a bit of time. The advantage of fruit that was forced to ripen before it was ready is obvious because it looks ready when you need it. The downside is the part you taste later, when the flesh is dull, watery, or streaked with hidden damage. I care about your blood pressure, your energy, your joints, and your sleep. And while an avocado is not a magic pill, the right one gives you satisfying fats, minerals, and a steady feel that helps you choose better the rest of the day. So tonight, try the small change. Set a couple of firm avocados beside a ripe apple in a brown paper bag on the counter, and let biology do the heavy lifting while you rest. Tomorrow and the day after, you will taste the difference, and your body will quietly thank you. Keep listening, because in a moment I will show you why the bottle that promises pure avocado can play a very different game than the fruit in your hand. I once believed that pouring a little avocado oil over my salad was one of the cleanest choices I could make, until I learned that the golden liquid in the bottle is far more fragile than it looks. Imagine cutting open an apple and leaving it on the counter. Within an hour, the bright white flesh turns brown. That is oxidation, the slow rust of living food. The same thing can happen inside a bottle of avocado oil, except you cannot always see it. The fats inside begin to break down long before the label tells you anything is wrong, and those damaged fats can stir inflammation in the very blood vessels you depend on every day. A study from researchers at the University of California tested popular bottles on store shelves and found that more than 2/3 were already oxidized or blended with cheaper oils like soybean or canola. That shocked me, because I thought I was paying extra for purity. The advantage of real avocado oil is clear. When fresh, it carries vitamin E and natural green pigments that protect the heart and calm inflammation. The disadvantage is how quickly those gifts vanish when the oil is mishandled, stored in clear plastic, or left too long in warm warehouses. The upside of refined versions is that they last longer and taste neutral, but the cost is that most of the antioxidants are stripped away. The upside of unrefined is flavor and nutrients, but the cost is fragility. You can reduce the risk tonight by checking the color in your kitchen. A good unrefined avocado oil should hold a faint green glow. It should live in a dark glass bottle, not in clear plastic. The label should tell you when it was pressed, not just a vague best by date. If none of that is listed, ask yourself why. I still use avocado oil, but I am choosy now. I treat it like fresh fruit, because that is what it really is. Pressed fruit that can spoil. Think of it this way. You would not leave half an apple on the counter for a week and still call it fresh. So why trust a bottle that hides its age? My advice is simple. Buy small bottles, store them away from heat and light, and use them within a couple of months. That way you gain the benefit without swallowing the hidden rust. Stay with me, because the story gets even stranger when you look at what the label itself can legally claim. I once trusted the bold letters on the front of a bottle that said "Product of the United States" until I discovered that the fruit could be grown on another continent, processed in yet another country, and simply bottled here at home before earning that patriotic label. The trouble is not only where the avocado starts, but also how little we are told about its journey. Unlike olive oil, which carries an international definition for extra virgin, avocado oil has no legal standard in America. That vacuum of rules means a company can blend, deodorize, and bottle without telling you the truth, and still call it pure. Now think about what happens when there is no required expiration date. Oxidation does not stop because the label is silent. Every week the oil sits in a warm warehouse or on a bright shelf. The protective antioxidants slip away and the breakdown products rise. You deserve to know when the oil was pressed, not just a vague best by suggestion. Without that date, you are flying blind, swallowing something that may have been rancid months before. The same lack of clarity spreads into other products we take for granted. Walk into a fast food chain and order guacamole, and you may be spooning up a green paste with peas, starch, and hydrogenated fats, while the avocado itself is barely present. The advantage is convenience and low price. The disadvantage is that you miss the minerals and healthy fats that make real avocado valuable. Look at cosmetics, and you see the same trick. A lotion that claims avocado oil often leads with soybean or palm oil and finishes with a trace of avocado at the bottom of the list. The upside is that even a little avocado oil can soften skin, but the downside is that the label suggests a richness that simply is not there. What can you do tonight? First, when you reach for a bottle, prefer one that lists a harvest or press date, not just a marketing phrase. Second, if you crave guacamole, mash a ripe avocado at home with a pinch of salt and lemon rather than trusting a fast food tub. Third, if you buy skincare, flip the bottle and read the order of ingredients. If avocado oil is last, know that it is only a whisper in the mix. The solution is not fear but awareness. With each choice, you either protect the subtle compounds your body craves or trade them for fillers. Stay close, because in the next part, I will show you how the right kind of avocado can deliver remarkable minerals and fats that make all this effort worthwhile. I used to think any avocado was good enough, until I realized that one careful choice can turn an ordinary fruit into a natural ally for your heart, your blood pressure, and even your peace of mind. The truth is that not every avocado is created equal. The ones that are rushed, waxed, or shipped across oceans may look glossy on the outside, but often lack the subtle nutrients your body is hungry for. The advantage of grabbing the cheapest bag is speed and convenience, but the disadvantage is that you may be holding little more than green filler. When I choose an avocado now, I look for the Hass variety grown in California, a fruit with a thicker skin that protects the soft flesh inside. I hold it gently, waiting for that slight give near the stem that tells me it ripened at its own pace. I avoid the ones that shine unnaturally because wax is not flavor, and I keep my distance from bargain tubs of fast food guacamole that often have less than a whisper of real fruit. The upside of making guacamole at home is that with one ripe avocado, a pinch of salt, and a squeeze of lemon, you get the full orchestra of flavor and minerals. The downside is that you spend a few more minutes in the kitchen, but I have never met a patient who regretted those minutes once they tasted the difference. What makes this effort worthwhile is not only flavor, but chemistry. A single medium avocado can carry close to 1 full gram of potassium, a mineral your heart muscle uses with every beat. It also offers magnesium, the quiet stabilizer that helps your nerves rest and your sleep come easier. Compared with seed oils that are loaded with omega-6, avocado carries only a small share, giving your body a balance that cools inflammation instead of feeding it. These are not abstract numbers. They are the quiet helpers that ease the strain on your arteries and steady your energy through the afternoon. The simple act of choosing well can protect you more than any label claim. So tonight, when you see avocados in the store, reach past the shiny waxed pile and pick the firm hass that feels heavy in your palm. Let it ripen slowly on your counter and then share it at your table. That choice will not only change the taste of your meal, but also give your body the minerals and fats it quietly longs for. It is never too late to make a small change, because those small changes stack into years of strength and independence. And if this message speaks to you, I invite you to share your own story, because we are stronger when we learn from one another.